LPBW star Amy Roloff hints at marital woes as she snubs husband Chris Marek in business move. Hello viewers, I am Alana. Welcome back to my channel. USA Daily History for Roloff family latest news update. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Amy Roloff, one of the most beloved faces from Little People, Big World, is no stranger to sharing her personal and professional life with fans. But recently, followers have picked up on subtle signs that not all might be well in her marriage to Chris Marek. From cryptic social media posts to solo business ventures that noticeably exclude her husband, fans are starting to speculate whether the couple once viewed as a beacon of post-divorce hope is now facing challenges of their own. Amy Roloff recently announced a new phase in her entrepreneurial journey, but what surprised fans the most was who wasn't part of the announcement. For years, Amy and Chris have been seen as a united front, whether it's cooking together for Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen or attending fan meet and greets as a couple. But in her latest business move, Amy unveiled an upcoming project that includes new collaborations, product expansions, and online content, but with no mention of Chris. This noticeable absence has sparked speculation. Was it an oversight, a professional decision, or something deeper? Where's Chris? One fan commented under Amy's post. "You guys were always such a team." Others chimed in with concern, noting that Amy's tone in recent videos seemed different, more serious, perhaps even strained. Amy Roloff and Chris Marek's relationship began during a transitional time in her life. After her 2016 divorce from Matt Roloff, Amy found love again with Chris, a real estate agent with a calm demeanor and a love for travel. The couple tied the knot in August 2021 in a romantic ceremony held at Roloff Farms. Their courtship and marriage were documented on Little People, Big World, where fans saw both their strengths and struggles. Chris was often praised for his easygoing nature and supportive attitude, while Amy remained a central figure within the Roloff family drama. Though the couple appeared happy in public, they also acknowledged challenges along the way. From merging households to navigating family dynamics, Amy and Chris were refreshingly open about the ups and downs of second marriage life. Still, the recent business move that seemingly excludes Chris suggests there could be trouble beneath the surface. Amy's social media presence has always been vibrant, filled with cooking videos, updates about her family, and heartfelt messages to fans. But over the past few months, the tone has subtly shifted. Gone are the frequent joint posts with Chris or videos of them cooking side by side in the kitchen. Instead, Amy's Instagram feed now features more solo content, including behind-the-scenes shots of her business operations and solo adventures with friends. One post, in particular, raised eyebrows. Amy shared a quote graphic that read, "Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is walk alone." Fans immediately flooded the comments section. "Is everything okay with you and Chris?" one follower asked. Another said, "You used to post about him all the time. Now it's just you." While Amy hasn't addressed any marital issues publicly, the absence of Chris in her personal and business life is becoming increasingly hard to ignore. Since her exit from Roloff Farms and subsequent divorce, Amy has focused heavily on building her own brand. From cookbooks and motivational speaking to her online business, Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen, she has become a successful entrepreneur in her own right. Chris often appeared in promotional videos or behind the scenes helping out. But the recent rebranding of her business seems to push Amy into a more individual spotlight. Her latest announcements detail upcoming collaborations with women-led small businesses and a focus on her personal story, a theme that may reflect a desire to assert more independence. Some fans have noted that this shift may simply be a natural evolution of Amy's goals. However, others interpret the move as a clear message: Amy is striking out on her own. Equally curious is the silence from Chris Marek himself. While never as publicly visible as Amy, Chris has always maintained a supportive presence, showing up at events, joining her in online videos, and making appearances on LPBW. But in recent months, his social media presence has dwindled to nearly nothing. His last major post included photos from a motorcycle trip he and Amy took across several states, a trip fans assumed symbolized their strong bond. But since then, there have been no public declarations of affection or even casual mentions of Amy on his end. Is Chris simply stepping back from the spotlight, or is his absence a sign of deeper issues? As is often the case with longtime reality TV personalities, Amy and Chris have a passionate fanbase that's quick to pick up on every nuance. On Reddit threads and fan forums, speculation is rampant. "I think Amy is trying to reinvent herself without Chris," one commenter wrote. "She seems like she's preparing for a new chapter," another speculated. "There's been tension brewing since the last season. Chris seemed frustrated with Amy's constant schedule, and Amy didn't seem as excited about their joint plans anymore." Others urged fans not to jump to conclusions, suggesting that Chris might be taking a behind-the-scenes role, or that they are simply choosing to keep more of their personal life private. Amy has always been transparent about the emotional toll of her divorce from Matt Roloff. In interviews and on the show, she has talked about feeling invisible in her first marriage and the pain of watching Matt move on quickly with Karen Chandler. For many fans, Amy's marriage to Chris was a symbol of hope, proof that life after divorce can be fulfilling and even joyful. If the couple is now facing difficulties, it may feel like a painful déjà vu for long-time viewers. Still, Amy has shown time and again that she is nothing if not resilient. It's worth noting that relationships can evolve, and not every business decision is a personal one. Amy may be choosing to grow her brand independently, not out of marital dissatisfaction, but because she wants to build something uniquely hers. Women in midlife often feel a push to rediscover themselves, particularly after years of caregiving, marriage, and raising children. Amy's recent focus on empowerment, independence, and authenticity may be part of this journey. Yet, the overlap of personal and professional life makes it hard to separate one from the other, especially in the public eye. Little People. Big World has not been renewed for another season yet. Fans continue to follow the Roloffs' lives through social media. If Amy and Chris are truly going through a difficult patch, it could dramatically impact the show's dynamic should it return. The last few seasons heavily featured Amy and Chris's wedding planning, newlywed life, and travels. A separation or significant shift in their relationship could change the entire tone of the series. TLC has yet to comment on whether the show will return, but fan interest remains high, especially with rumors of family drama and evolving relationships at the forefront. Whether or not Amy and Chris are experiencing marital woes, one thing is clear: Amy is carving out a new space for herself. Her latest projects are focused on storytelling, connecting with fans, and encouraging others to embrace new beginnings. This reflects a woman who is not only seasoned by life's ups and downs, but also empowered by them. While fans may mourn the apparent distance between Amy and Chris, they also celebrate Amy's determination to remain true to herself. After all, she's navigated divorce, raised 4 children, built a career from scratch, and found love again. If she is once again entering a period of change, it's not the end, it's a new beginning. Only Amy and Chris know the true state of their relationship. While public signs point towards some level of strain, it's important not to jump to conclusions based on curated social media posts or shifting business strategies. Still, the clues are hard to ignore. Amy's increasing independence, the absence of Chris in both her personal and professional content, and the quiet removal of their joint efforts hint that something may indeed be shifting in their marriage. Fans of Little People, Big World will no doubt continue to watch closely, hoping for clarity, rooting for Amy's happiness, and waiting to see what's next for one of the franchise's most enduring stars. Little People, Big World's Amy Roloff opens up about wedding to Chris Marek, A Beautiful Day. Amy Roloff, the beloved matriarch of TLC's Little People Big World, has opened her heart to fans once again, this time sharing her intimate reflections on her fairy tale wedding to longtime partner Chris Marek. From the ceremony's romantic details to her emotional journey down the aisle, Amy's recollections paint a vivid portrait of love, resilience, and new beginnings. For fans of LPBW, it wasn't just a wedding, it was a celebration years in the making. Amy Roloff's life has been anything but ordinary. Over nearly 2 decades on Little People Big World, viewers watched her raise a family, navigate the ups and downs of marriage and divorce, and eventually find love again. Her split from ex-husband Matt Roloff after 27 years of marriage was a major turning point, not just for Amy, but for the show's fans who had grown attached to the Roloff couple as a team. Yet Amy's journey didn't end with divorce. Instead, it marked the beginning of something new, a path to self-discovery, personal growth, and eventually, romance with real estate agent Chris Marek. As Amy shared in several interviews and social media posts leading up to the wedding, she never expected to find love again, but when she did, it felt right. "I didn't think I'd get married again," Amy confessed. But then Chris came along, and everything changed. Amy and Chris's romance blossomed slowly and sweetly. The couple began dating in 2016 after meeting at a singles paint and sip event. Despite Amy's initial hesitations, especially about dating after a high-profile divorce, their connection grew stronger with each outing. Chris, who had never been married before, took a steady and patient approach. By 2019, 3 years into their relationship, he proposed to Amy at one of their favorite Spotcha backyard. It was a heartfelt and simple moment, perfectly in line with their style. Amy later recalled, "I turned around, and he was down on one knee. I was so surprised I didn't see it coming. But it was beautiful." Their engagement marked a new chapter, not just for Amy, but for fans who had rooted for her happiness. It also sparked excitement across the LPBW fandom. As viewers began anticipating another Roloff wedding, one filled with new meaning, Amy and Chris's wedding took place on August 28, 2021, at the Roloff Farms in Hillsboro, Oregon, the same sprawling property Amy once shared with Matt. Though the idea of hosting her wedding on the farm raised eyebrows, Amy felt it was the right choice. "The farm holds so many memories," she explained. "Some are hard, but many are joyful. I wanted it to be part of this next chapter." Planning the event, however, was no easy feat. With the COVID-19 pandemic causing delays and uncertainty, Amy and Chris had to reschedule their wedding more than once. Yet they remained hopeful and determined to create a day that felt authentically theirs. Amy worked closely with her wedding planner to ensure every detail from the rustic decor to the food and music reflected their personalities. "I wanted a day that felt full of love, full of laughter, and full of family." On the big day, Amy looked radiant in a custom-designed wedding dress with lace detailing and a sweeping train. Her hair, done in soft curls, was adorned with delicate flowers, adding a romantic touch. As she walked down the aisle, escorted by her father, Amy's emotions bubbled to the surface. "I was overwhelmed," she shared. "In that moment, all the memories, all the heartbreak, and all the love came rushing in." Waiting at the altar, Chris beamed with pride and love. His eyes welled with tears as he saw his bride approaching. Their ceremony was officiated by close family friend, and the vows they exchanged were written from the heart. "There wasn't a dry eye in the audience," a guest later said. "You could feel the love." Following the ceremony, guests enjoyed a beautiful reception under a large tent decorated with string lights and floral arrangements. Long wooden tables, inspired by farmhouse elegance, were filled with loved ones as the couple shared their first dance to a meaningful ballad. Amy's children, Zach, Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob, all attended and supported their mum. While family dynamics haven't always been smooth on LPBW, this moment reflected unity and mutual respect. "It meant everything to me to have my kids there," Amy said. "They've seen me through so much, and having them witness this joy was the best gift." Chris, who had mostly remained quiet about the spotlight that comes with being part of LPBW, also opened up about the special day. "It was magical," he said. "Amy and I have built something special together, and it felt amazing to celebrate that with everyone." He also praised Amy for her strength and heart. "She's been through a lot," he noted. "But she's never lost her spirit. I admire that." Their wedding, though private in some ways, was also filmed for the show, allowing fans a glimpse into one of the most important days of Amy's life. In the months after the wedding, Amy took time to reflect. On social media, she shared several throwback photos and heartfelt messages with her followers. "I've been through the highs and lows," she wrote, "but I believe love is always worth it. I'm grateful for everything that brought me to this moment." She continued to praise Chris for his kindness and support, especially during the wedding planning process. "He made sure I felt supported every step of the way. That meant the world." Fans of Little People, Big World reacted with overwhelming positivity to Amy and Chris's nuptials. Social media lit up with messages of support, admiration, and congratulations. "You deserve every bit of happiness, Amy." One fan wrote on Instagram. Another commented, "Chris seems like such a genuine guy. I love how he treats you with respect and adoration." It wasn't just about the romance, it was about Amy's journey. Viewers who had seen her struggle in earlier seasons felt like they were witnessing her well-earned happy ending. Since tying the knot, Amy and Chris have embraced their new life together with enthusiasm. Whether it's going on motorcycle trips, hosting cooking sessions on Amy's YouTube channel, or simply enjoying quiet moments at home, the couple has found joy in the everyday. Married life is good, Amy shared in a recent interview. It's different from before, but in the best way. Chris echoed the sentiment, saying, "We're just enjoying each other. We make time for laughter, adventure, and family." Amy has also continued to expand her brand, working on cookbook projects and lifestyle ventures, all with Chris cheering her on in the background. As with any relationship in the public eye, Amy and Chris have faced their share of challenges. Fans sometimes compare Chris to Matt or critique Amy's decisions, but the couple remains focused on their own happiness. Amy has been candid about the difficulties of blending families and adjusting to married life. "We're still learning," she said. "Every couple has their rhythm. What matters is that we keep communicating and supporting each other." Chris has also developed relationships with Amy's children, though fans have noticed varying degrees of closeness. Still, Amy has expressed appreciation for his efforts and patience. Amy and Chris's wedding marked more than just a personal milestone, it was also a symbolic shift in the little people, big world narrative. For years, the show revolved around Amy and Matt's dynamic, the family business, and parenting challenges. But in recent seasons, Amy's story took center stage, offering a different kind of inspiration. That life doesn't end after divorce, and that love is possible at any age. "I hope people see that it's never too late to find happiness," Amy said. "You don't have to settle. You can still chase your dreams." As for the future, Amy and Chris are taking things day by day, but they're excited about what's to come. Travel remains a big part of their relationship, and Amy has teased new creative projects. The couple also continues to appear occasionally on LPBW, though the show's future remains uncertain following the departure of Zach and Tori Roloff. Regardless of the show's direction, fans hope to see more glimpses into Amy and Chris's post-wedding life. "We're open to sharing our story if it helps others," Amy said. "That's always been my goal." Amy Roloff's wedding to Chris Marek was more than just a beautiful diet, was a testament to hope, healing, and the power of second chances. After years of heartache, soul-searching, and self-discovery, Amy stood at the altar once again, not as a reality star, ex-wife, or TV mom, but as a woman who found love on her own terms. "I'm proud of the life I've built," she said, "and I'm excited for the road ahead." For little people, big world fans, Amy's journey continues to inspire, reminding us that no matter where we are in life, it's never too late for a beautiful new beginning. LPBW's Chris Marek warns Amy Roloff about the engagement ring. Matt Roloff bought Karen Chandler. Fans of Little People, Big World, LPBW, have followed the Roloff family through every twist and turn for nearly 2 decades. From farm feuds to romantic milestones, no stone has gone unturned in this TLC favorite. But one recent storyline has sparked serious speculation and even concern among the show's fanbase. It involves Chris Marek, Amy Roloff's husband, reportedly warning her about the engagement ring Matt Roloff gave to his fiancée, Karen Chandler. The idea of Chris intervening on something as personal as an engagement ring has stirred strong reactions. Why would Chris get involved? What could possibly be concerning about Matt's choice of ring? And more importantly, what does this moment reveal about the underlying dynamics between the Roloff exes and their current partners? Let's explore the full scope of this surprising incident, from the initial spark of concern to the broader implications it holds for the ever-evolving Roloff family saga. When Matt Roloff proposed to longtime girlfriend Karen, Chandler fans were thrilled to see the couple take the next step. Their engagement, announced with a photo of Karen flashing her dazzling ring, initially appeared like a fairy tale moment. But not everyone was impressed with the ring, or at least, not in a good way. Online forums lit up with mixed reactions. Some fans praised the ring's vintage style, while others criticized it as outdated or overly flashy. Among the surprised voices, reportedly, none other than Amy Roloff's husband, Chris Marek. Chris, a man known for his calm demeanor and thoughtful approach, apparently felt the need to give Amy a gentle warning, not necessarily about the ring itself, but about what it symbolized. Sources close to the Roloff circle say Chris Marek voiced concerns about Matt's motivations. According to speculation, Chris wasn't trying to critique the ring's aesthetics but rather question whether Matt was using the grand gesture as a form of overcompensation